Fashion Tech Alliance involves higher educational institutions, small, medium and big enterprises and the research center. This project has been co-founded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union and is aimed to facilitate knowledge exchange between partners and to design and pilot learning experiences to engage students in a fashion tech residency program, embedding young talents in the company's innovation activities. A central objective of the project is to design multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary and intersectoral learning activities involving international students from 5 European universities. The contents of the lectures have been specifically created to match the needs of fashion tech learning. They have become open educational resources to allow future engagement between a European-wide fashion and textile HEI community and are available under Creative Commons Sharealike 4.0 with the aim of a wide and free distribution, access, use and reuse. Ready to learn more about fashion tech? Enjoy the lecture.
Hello everyone. In this course, we will explore the Industry 4.0 and how it can be used to put in place a circular economy. So my name is Alex Marquoin. I'm a general engineer specialized in robotics and automation. Now I'm in charge of the robotics pole of ESTIA. The ESTIA is a platform of ESTIA. This platform is under development and will help in the transformation of the textile industry, especially for the sorting and dismantling of products and the recycling of materials. We already work on the dismantling of shoes, and now we start new projects on garments and on other garments. And I have also give a course on Industry 4.0 to ESTIA students. So ESTIA is an engineering school with more than 900 students focusing on the following disciplines: electronic, mechanics, robotics, embedded systems, energy, and advanced computing. Engineers and researchers work together to develop new technologies, and ESTIA has also several platforms for technological transfer, and ESTIA also help young companies with different incubators. So today we will study the Industry 4.0, the sustainability, and at the end the circularity. So Industry 4.0 appears after the three first technological revolution. The first industrial revolution began with the extraction of coal and the invention of the steam engine by James Watt. This has to fundamentally change the way of producing, and this lead to more important manufacture and give life to products in small series. The second revolution was led by the use of oil and electricity at the end of the 19th century. This has allowed the modernization of the means of production. So machines were no longer steam powered but electric. This period corresponds also to the introduction of tailorism and assembly line work. We speak then of mass production of identical products. Then a third revolution took place in the middle of the 20th century with the progress of electronic, telecommunication and computer. These different disciplines have allowed to implement important automated machine to facilitate the worker task. So it was the beginning of robotic and automation and also of mass production. And now we start the fourth revolution. So it's also called Industry 4.0. This revolution refers to the intelligent networking of machines and processes for industry with the help of information and communication technology. The vision of the fourth industrial revolution will lead to the creation of intelligent factory that will enable the full benefits of digital manufacturing. This revolution is just beginning, but its fully connected and widespread form remains a vision for the future. It should enable the manufacturing sector to go digital end to end. So according to this vision, an ecosystem of fully interoperable machines and partners will be created throughout the supply chain, and data will feed and correct the workflow. For example, an online order from a consumer will automatically launch the production of this command. So these technologies have been created to allow humans to communicate with machines, but also machines to communicate with each other and to achieve more complicated goals. This will also allow the optimization of all processes thanks to the data collected and the exchange. So now for the textile industry, the question is how the 4.0 technologies can change the textile industry. So all this technology which will allow to reduce time to markets, notably by reducing manufacturing time. It will also allow to produce more intelligently by analyzing market trends in order to get as close as possible to consumer requirements. All the data collected will allow to improve production, management, and maintenance also. And different technology will also make it possible to trace the different products and materials to assure the consumer of their origins. So now we will discover some of this already existing technology for the textile industry. So the first is to design faster. So there is some computer-aided systems such as the Lecta software, who make the creation of new products easier and faster. And the visualization of products using 3D scanners, augmented reality or virtual reality, sorry. It makes the design and the choice of materials more accessible, and it also reduces the physical cost of the cost of a physical prototype. So next, for the rapid prototyping, there's the solution created by X-Rights, which allow to prototyping faster. So there's a scanner, as you can see on the left on the screen, where you can place a raw material, and the software will recreate the material on the computer. The designer will be able to place this material on his products on the computer and see the results through and it will be easier to see the results with the virtual light booth technology. The other solution on the right of the screen is an automated sewing machine. You can program it to create different forms and patterns, and so it allows to prototype a new design faster. For faster productions, robots and automated machines are used, such as the automatic sewing machines of software automation, for example. And there's also the Adidas Speed Factory, which produce shoes. They use at large scale 3D printing to produce more than other factory. And there's also way to produce smarter. So there is different software based on the artificial intelligences. They allow to analyze the market trends and advise companies for the design of their future products. The personalization, so here it's necessary to be able to produce unique parts for a consumer and for the operation to be profitable. We have the twin automatic dyeing machine, for example, which can therefore be programmed to dye a yarn with specific colors and patterns to create a unique product. And there's also the Lecta software, which allow to carry out personalization more quickly by going directly from customization to coating. For the traceability and transparency challenges, we have a software consensus to assure the authenticity of luxury goods to the consumer. This permits to inform the consumer and for the company to assure the authenticity of their products. And there's also 4.0 technologies help improving the stock management or the production management, like the RFID chip, which is starting to develop more and more in the textile industry, and make it possible to transport information about our products, and you can collect it by by scanning the RFID chip. This technology will facilitate the production, but also the recycling and the management of the production. On the right, there's another solution where they use the connected sewing machines, and thanks to the software they develop, they can manage the whole production chain, and in particular, it's allows to facilitate the maintenance of all the machines. So for us and for you, the goal of the Industry 4.0 is not only to respond better and faster to the consumer, but it is to find solution for the ecological and societal problem. So we speak about sustainability or sustainable development. The sustainable development is a development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. So the overall goal is the long-term stability of economy, environmental and social concerns. The economic definitions define sustainability in terms of economy's ability to maintain material production or consumption indefinitely. Since this is not possible without ongoing use of environmental resources, economic interpretation implies that there must be at least some degree of environmental sustainability. So in ecological terms, development is sustainable if the stock of natural resources does not decline over time, or if resources are managed to maintain a sustainable yield of ecosystem services. So from the ecological point of view, it is about the natural environment and how it persists and remain diverse and productive. So pollution of the air, water, or soil, and the global situation of the earth is a concern for a sustainable development. There's also societal challenges. So the societal challenges are to help the poor population to develop, to improve their working and earning conditions, and also their living conditions. So the sustainable development is a global challenge for our society. It also encourages businesses to frame decisions in terms of environmental, social, and human impact for the long term rather than on short-term gains. It influences them also to consider more factors than simply the immediate profits or loss involved. So they set goals such as commitment to zero waste packaging by a certain year, or to reduce overall emission by a certain percentage. So today, as you must know, the textile industry is the second most polluting industry in the world, with 1.2 million tons of greenhouse gas emitted each year. And this figure is likely to continue to rise if there is no change. So during the last 15 years, the textile industry has experienced significant growth. Clothing sales have doubled during this period, while usage has decreased over time. It's the fast fashion. So the increase in production and the linear economic systems of the textile industry have a dramatic impact on our environment, because it's an industry that consumes a lot of raw materials but doesn't recycle much. So at the end of the life of the product, 63% of the products end up in landfills or are incinerated. 12% of the fibers are used and are recycled, and only 1 to 3% are recycled into new clothes. So this production impacts the environment, and water and soil are polluted by chemicals used for the manufacturing, or by also microplastics that escape from our synthetic fibers during washing. And sustainability, it's also a social response. So from a social point of view, the fashion industry is not a very responsible one. Clothes are made in distant places from Europe, such as China, Bangladesh, or Vietnam. There are many documentaries around these issues that you can see. And so people in these countries, and often women and children, usually get low wages and work under really bad conditions. They can hardly improve their social situation, and most times keep on working just to pay the bills and survive. So the impacts of the textile is really important on our world. And so for the textile industry and its production of clothes, there's different goals such as achieve sustainable management and efficient use of natural resources. It's also to reduce the use of chemicals and their release to air, water, and soil. It's also to reduce waste generation through prevention, reduction, recycling, and reuse. And it's also to support the change in the working condition in the poorest country. So Industry 4.0 meet these challenges. Indeed, tools to help the management of the production chain or the analysis of the trends allow a better production and therefore more sustainable management of resources. We have also new processes who will allow to reduce the energy used, the pollution, and improve the working condition. So the Industry 4.0 must transform the textile to be more virtuous and sustainable. For this, designing and producing a circular product is a possible answer. So the circular economy is based on the principle of designing So the circular economy is based on the principle of designing out waste and pollution, keeping products and materials in use and regenerating our natural systems. It is a question of creating a sustainable product. The material used to create the product must be recycled to create new clothes after. This logic will indeed reduce the use of raw material. The aim is also to introduce greener production and transport. So to apply this circular economy, the industry needs to start by recycling its entire process. So the product must be created with the end of its life in mind from the moment it is designed. That means think about the material used, the way to recycle the product, the lifetime, the resistance of the product, and many other points that can improve the life cycle of the product. So this will not only impact the design phase, but also the use and the recycling phase. So for the recycling part, we already know how to recycle different materials, but the problem is to dismantle the product. To be able to recycle materials, we must extract accessory like zippers, button, or other things like that. So at this time, there is no automated solution that can do it, but it's only manual. But there are already some initiative to find a way to do this. Another important point of the circularity is the communication. So company also must inform their consumer about the circular process and guide them to improve the efficiency of this system with like collect and sorting, or just how to use the products. So for the circularity, there are already some circular initiatives based on the 4.0 technologies. So first, it's the garment-to-garment solution. It's a solution developed by Ashrita, and it was for H&M. They recycle cotton and polyester blends into new fibers. So the system clean and shred in the garments into fibers, separate them by material type, and then spinning them into a new yarn. So the yarn can be used into new garments. The process doesn't use water and chemicals, but they add to add new materials to ensure there is enough feedstock to create new items. And H&M also say that they will keep the proportion of these virgin materials to a minimum percentage and ensure they are sustainably sourced. So now we have the last solution. So it's for the sorting of clothes. So sorting it's really important. It's a really important phase in order to be able to transform the materials into new fibers. These two solutions are based on a near sensor. It's a spectrometer who can analyze the fiber composition of a material and identify it to sort it in different by different type. So in conclusion, Industry 4.0 must be used for the benefits of the environment and the society. As we have seen, 4.0 technologies can be used in a circular system to improve the management of the resources and the production, but also to inform the consumers about the new system and to create new recycling processes. So it's really important for our future and the future of next generation to think about different solutions that can be found to change the textile industry and make it more responsible and less harmful for our world. So thank you, bye.